You won't believe what I woke up to that morning. My mailbox, me federal registered, security-cleared mailbox was blocked completely by a ridiculous fake rock and 2 plastic flamingos, courtesy of Karen. And the worst part? She had the nerve to smile and wave at me like she'd just done the neighborhood a favor. I stared at the absurd scene, my heart pounding. Seriously? Who in their right mind thinks it's okay to block anyone's mailbox, let alone one that serves as a national security relay point? I felt the heat rise to my face. I took a breath, let it out slowly, and reminded myself, keep your cool. Document everything. It had been barely 2 months since I moved into Willow Creek Estates, hoping for a bit of peace after years of high-stress work. But peace? Huh. Not with Karen around. From day one, she'd appointed herself my personal warden, patrolling past my house with her little clipboard and that oversized sun hat, always peering over her sunglasses like she was the sheriff of some dusty town. The first time I met her, she practically pounced on me. Your grass is 1/8 inch too tall for community standards, she'd barked. I'd blinked, stunned. Was this lady for real? I'd nodded politely, promised to mow that evening, and watched as she stalked off, muttering about standards and property values. But this mailbox stunt, this crossed every line. I stepped onto the porch, phone in hand, snapping photos from every angle: the rock, the flamingos, even the little sign she'd staked into the ground. Community Cleanup Initiative sponsored by HOA President Karen Blake. I nearly laughed. Cleanup? This was sabotage, plain and simple. Karen, I called out, trying to keep my voice steady. She was across the street, pruning a rose bush that definitely didn't belong to her. She looked up, smirked, and shaded her eyes. Yes, dear? Can I help you? Why is my mailbox blocked? Oh, that. She waved dismissively. We're beautifying the neighborhood. That old metal box was such an eyesore. The flamingos add character, don't you think? I stared at her, stunned into silence for a second. Was she serious? Karen, this isn't just a mailbox. This is government property. Tampering with it. She cut me off with a scoff. Don't be dramatic. It's a mailbox. Nobody cares. I sighed, ran a hand down my face. Nobody cares? That mailbox was designated for secure communications between federal agencies in the Regina, quiet little relay point hidden in plain sight. Tampering with it could delay sensitive information, or worse. But I couldn't exactly shout that from the rooftops. I tried reason. Karen, I'm asking you politely, please remove the obstruction. She crossed her arms, the smirk growing wider. No. If you want it moved, take it up with the board. In the meantime, enjoy the flamingos. And with that, she turned her back on me, clipping at the roses like she hadn't just committed a federal offense. I stood there for a long second, chest tight with frustration. Then I sighed again, deeper this time, and went back inside. My hands trembled slightly as I typed up my initial report, photographs attached, and sent it up the chain. This wasn't just a neighborly spat anymore. This was now a matter for people much higher up than me. Hours passed. I tried to distract myself with yard work, cleaning, even a bit of reading. But every glance out the window made my blood boil all over again. The fake rock, the ridiculous birds. How was this real life? Then, around 3 p.m., my phone buzzed. I checked the screen and felt my stomach flip. It was my contact at the agency. Tell me you're joking, were his first words. I wish, I muttered. He let out a long breath on the other end. All right, sit tight. We're dispatching a response team. Make sure no one tampers with the site further. Oh, great. Just great. I imagined the circus this was about to become. And Karen? She had no idea what was coming. The first black SUV rolled in around 4:30. Then another. And another. 3 vehicles, government plates, tinted windows. They parked neatly along the curb, agents in dark suits stepping out, scanning the area like they were prepping for a raid. Karen? She came strutting out of her house, her expression a mix of outrage and confusion. What is going on? Why are these people here? You're causing a disturbance. One of the agents calmly flashed his badge. Ma'am, please step back. This is official federal business. Federal business? Over flamingos. Her voice hit that shrill pitch I was all too familiar with. This is harassment. I'm the HOA president, and I demand you leave this property at once. The lead agent turned to me. Is this the obstruction? I nodded, feeling both vindicated and exhausted. That's it. Without a word, the team got to work. The flamingos were removed, bagged as evidence. The fake rock, too. Photos were taken, measurements noted, the entire area treated like a crime scene. Karen kept shrieking in the background, demanding answers, threatening lawsuits, vowing to call the mayor. And then, just as the team was finishing up, a second car pulled UPA sedan with the agency's regional supervisor inside. He stepped out, surveyed the scene, and shook his head. Unbelievable, he muttered. All this, over plastic birds. Karen stormed up to him, finger wagging. You people have no right, none. This is my community. I was beautifying it. He fixed her with a look so cold it actually made her take a step back. Ma'am, do you realize you've interfered with federal operations? That obstruction of Maye alone is security relay pointus, a federal crime punishable by fines and prison time. Her mouth opened, closed, opened again. Two didn't know. That's not an excuse. By then, a small crowd had gathered. Neighbors peeking out of windows, stepping onto porches, whispering to one another. I caught a few familiar faces, some of Karen's usual supporters watching her meltdown with wide eyes. The agents finished up, the area cleared, and Karen was served with paperwork right there on the sidewalk. She tried to argue, but the words died in her throat when the regional supervisor read out the potential charges. Interference with federal communications infrastructure, obstruction of government property, public endangerment, given the sensitive nature of the relay point. Her face went pale. Two thought it was just a mailbox, she whispered. One of the agents actually sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose. It wasn't just a mailbox. They left her standing there, shaking, as the SUVs rolled away. I stayed quiet, watching from my porch as Karen trudged back to her house, the weight of what she'd done sinking in. That night, the neighborhood group chat exploded. People wanted to know what happened. Some were furious at Karen for dragging the community into such a mess. Others just wanted the flamingos gone. As for me, I finally slept easy, knowing that the queen of the HOA had finally learned that not everything in Willow Creek was hers to control. And maybe next time just maybe she'll think twice before messing with what she doesn't understand.